It's Monday night all over again. It's Donna Gray Banks, and I'm here to talk about the Fresh Book Festival and other stuff. And so tonight, I had the pleasure of interviewing Joe DeSantis, who is the author of 3 Points Shy, the true story of Seminole High's quest for the 1980 Florida High School State Basketball Championship. Now, this was a story that most people, I don't know, they must have forgotten it, but it was a clash of the titans between the Seminole High School basketball team and Mainland, and then there was one in Orlando, the basketball groups. And it was just an amazing time, 1979 to 1980. This book goes through the trials and tribulations of the five starting athletes: Bruce McCray, Reggie Butler, David Thomas, Keith Whitney, and Glenn Stambaugh. And it gives a very exciting look at the coach, Mr. Bill Payne, who had to be almost in sainthood to deal with the community and how it changed with the basketball team and the economic impact it had during that season for Sanford. And anyway, the book is amazing. Please get a copy. It was published by Lee's Publishing, Lee's Press. And that's my publisher now. If you're looking for a publisher that has great insight and will walk you through the process without it being painful, look up Lee's Press and give them a call. But it's called The 3 Points Shot, the true story of Seminole High's quest for the 1980 Florida High School State Basketball Championship. I'd like to take a minute to take a shout out to Atlanta. Everybody's coming there. Curtis Bunn's book festival is this weekend, the 27th through the 30th, I believe, July in Atlanta. Please go check it out. I'm not sure whether it's sold out or not, but please go look. He has been in the business for 20 years, I think. And so just to get that far, my hat is off to him. Literacy is a legacy, but it is hard to get people on the train. And so he has had this ride for 20 years, and I have learned so much from him and his struggle and where he has pivotal moments and where he has just hung in there, because literacy is important and we need to celebrate it. Anytime we celebrate something, it gets better. No, anytime we put money to something, it gets better. And I think I talked about this before. Those of you who are my age, I remember that nobody wanted to wear a seatbelt. Absolutely nobody wanted to wear a seatbelt. They're not going to tell me how to drive in my car, da, 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 da. I'm not wearing a seatbelt. And then came the crash dummies. And everybody said, oh, maybe a seatbelt would be a good thing. But it took years and years of marketing and money and showing how it saved people's lives. And then there was smoking, right? I think the pivotal moment for me to quit smoking was there was a lady who came on a commercial, had to be years ago because I haven't had a TV in a long time. And she had gone from this beautiful, stately woman to a woman who was on oxygen and had lost lung capacity and had lost weight and had lost pretty much her livelihood soon after the commercial was done. And the thing that she said was, you have a choice. You can either be like this or you can be like this. Quit smoking. But look how much money they threw at that to make it viable for people to understand it. And, and then they made it a point to, you can't smoke in government buildings. You can't smoke here. You can't smoke there. And so for me, at the time I was living in DC, and to have to leave my chair to go outside to rain and snow and sleet to smoke, I thought, this is crazy. I need to give this up. But that even wasn't enough. It wasn't until I got pregnant and found that it wasn't my life. It was my baby's life that I was protecting. And so that's when I decided to give up smoking. But, I know it's a hard pull to do, but I still said they poured a lot of money into the whole quit smoking thing. And now, as I understand it, most of the cigarette companies make their money from overseas. So pour your money, pour your resources, pour your volunteerism, read out loud to whoever will listen. Make it a point to make it a priority to read something every day. Just take a minute. Turn off all your devices. Sit down. Read something. Read to a child. Read to your spouse. Read to your significant other. Maybe a news break. Doesn't have to be anything serious, right? And I think I explained to you last time we had a reading ranger program for the summer, and comic books was the biggest hit ever. And thanks to Jeff Carroll, who provided the comic books, signed comic books, yay, for the group of reading rangers at Campbell Middle School here in Daytona Beach. And we appreciate that. So at the end of the conversation with Joe DeSantis, he said, you can't write a book until you start to write. You can't write a book until you start to write. So just start. Don't hesitate any longer, because your story is a story that somebody else really needs to read or will get motivation from. You never know who you're going to motivate with your story. So let's talk about the Fresh Book Festival. Oh, wait. Let me tell you about my journey here. On Saturday, August the 5th at 10 o'clock, I will be at the main library in Jacksonville. We will have a discussion about romance writing, and we're probably going to peel off into some other things, but basically we're going to just talk about writing a book and what it takes and how you get there and where do you start and how do you start. And so if there's anybody, I do a workshop called I Want to Write a Book Now What? And so I'll give some ideas about how you get started, who you look for, where to go in order to get that book that's in you here and up here and out on a piece of paper. We also have a book festival coming up in Palm Coast. It'll be at the African American Cultural Society. It's on the 18th and 19th of August. Please come join us. Bunch of young people are putting this endeavor together. I'm just kind of there to support. And I love the fact that this is something that they want to do. So if you have a group of young people who want to put together a book festival, please help them. Or give them my email address, freshbookfestivals@gmail.com. I will be glad to give them not a blueprint, but an outline of what to do next. So the Fresh Book Festival, it is coming up so quick, I can't believe it. We kind of wanted to have registration open August 1st. That's not going to happen. So it looks like it'll probably be the 21st of August. I must reach out to Ladero Press, Miss L.D. Robinson, who is the guru of my website and everything that makes Fresh tick to get involved with the registration and pulling it all together. So we have to get together and make that happen. It is the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of February in the year 2024. So possibly by the 21st of August, we'll be ready. Yeah, that's the date that we're shooting for. And I'm still looking for a short film, right? Maybe two, to be presented at the Fresh Book Festival. Anybody, I understand that there's a film festival in Orlando in a couple of weeks. So if you're in Orlando, if you know anybody who's in Orlando who's doing the short film, please have them reach out to me. We'd love to see it. The committee will review it to see if it's a film that we can possibly bring to the Fresh Book Festival. What are we looking at this year? Well, I am going to try my best to do the workshop. I want to write a book now. What? William Fillmore is going to do a workshop. I think we're going to have a workshop on mental illness and how it is imperative that we recognize it and not be afraid to go full force and help somebody with it. Of course, we're going to do the panels, and the authors will come on stage and be able to talk about their books. We're also going to bring Mr. Simon back from the National Book Festival, yes, in the UK, and he'll have some words of wisdom for us. And it's just going to be great. We always look forward to it. That weekend is also a jazz festival weekend in the city of Daytona Beach. So come buy jazz tickets, buy fresh book tickets, enjoy the weekend. It's usually always great weather in February, and we hope you would join us the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th of February in 2024. I think that's just about it for us. Fresh Book Festival. I'll be in Jacksonville on the 5th at 10 o'clock at the Jacksonville Main Library downtown. I thank the group that invited, I think it's called the Writers Lab, invited me there to speak, and thank you very much. If you are an author and you would like to be interviewed on Zoom in on a fresh conversation, please reach out to us. It's freshbookfestivals@gmail.com. We look forward to seeing all of you at the Fresh Book Festival in February. And when the lights go out and the cell phone towers go down, all you have left is a flashlight and a good book. And thank you very much. Good night.